Hey everyone, welcome back to another high quality foodie feature for you here on the channel, where this time I'm headed into Little Caesars to check out their latest hybrid pizza mashup, this time apparently with a calzone. That's right, first we had the Slices-N-STIX and now we've got the Crazy Calzone, so stay tuned because it's up next. Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty. Pizza.
Alright, here we go with the Crazy Calzone, aka the ninja throwing star of fast food pizzas over here at Little Caesars. And as you can see, we've got the cheese variant. And guys, I gotta say, the presentation is pretty interesting on this. I gotta admit, it is absolutely different. Alright, so to break this one down for you, what I've got here is a large cheese pizza with a Parmesan and butter Calzone-Like crust that's actually filled with garlic white sauce and even more cheese. And guys, I gotta say, the aroma of butter in my car right now is pretty crazy. On top of the Parmesan, gotta admit, this is looking pretty dynamite. And it's smelling pretty dynamite as well. And as you guys can see, it's a fairly even mix of bread all around this one here. It looks like they pretty much split it down the sides and then fold it over. And what you got here is literally the ninja throwing star of fast food pizzas. It really looks pretty cool. And it absolutely looks packed with cheese, especially in the middle section. As you can see, lots of gooey action to be had right there. So to round this one out and to complete this promo, we've got a side of their famous crazy sauce. So I can't wait to go for a little dip action with all this bread, guys. It really looks pretty awesome. And obviously they give you a very decent amount of it as well. So let's not waste any more time on this one. Let's see if the cheese variant's gonna deliver. This is the all-new Crazy Calzone here at Little Caesars. Let's peep out this flavor. Ah yes, pizza review time in the car during the summertime. Guys, this is blistering hot right now, just minutes old right out of the oven, and honestly, it is heating up my car ridiculously. On top of the crazy weather outside, I'm pretty much sweating all over the place here. This looks pretty fantastic, and again, the ninja throwing star of pizzas for fast food. This really looks pretty crazy, I gotta admit. I am really digging the overall presentation, and the way that it's cut as well is very interesting. So let me pull up a piece here. Wow, this is very, very cheesy. Very nice. Take a look at that action right there, guys. Plenty of Parmesan. My fingers are buttered up ridiculous. We've got that cheese pizza action right there. This is gonna be a little bit of a non-traditional type of calzone. I'll explain in just a second. But as you guys can see, we've got some white sauce there. This really looks and smells pretty fantastic right now. Let's give this a go. It's the Crazy Calzone over here at Little Caesars. Let's do it. Oh, and did I mention this is super cheesy right now? Here we go. Straight up cheese pizza with lots of Parmesan on top of it there. It's pretty good. And of course, it's that familiar Little Caesars flavor right there, guys. Straight cheese pizza, nice large action with this. Light tang from the sauce on the inside. And toastiness of the bread on the bottom. Not as toasty as I would have liked, but that's usually the case when it comes to these fast food pizzas. But even still, very tasty and lots of Parmesan. Lots of Parmesan. Let's keep going in. It's tasty though. But of course, the wild card with this one is the main selling point of it, aka the calzone portion. And honestly, this is trying to simulate that as much as it could, considering that it's just a folded over pizza, actually, guys, the way that they're doing this here. But even still, it's got that pocket of dough. It's not really traditional in the sense of having ricotta cheese on the inside and a lot of cheese in general. I mean, a classic calzone has actually got that. But even still, this looks pretty fantastic. Let's try the very back of this with that white sauce. I want to give this a shot. Here we go. Whoa. It's a thicker type of cheese, not just sauce. I don't know if Little Caesars is trying to pull a magic trick on me right now, but that white sauce is trying to simulate ricotta to me, believe it or not. It seems a lot thicker, and as you can see right there, it is absolutely thicker. So I'm getting the essence of what that mouthfeel would be by biting into a regular calzone with a lot of mozzarella cheese and that actually ricotta cheese as it's supposed to be. But with that garlic white sauce action, I gotta admit, guys, this is actually really, really tasty so far. And with the Parmesan garnish on the top, you can't fade that. Let's keep going in. That's really tasty. Yeah, that white sauce is playing with me. It's got a thickness to it that's really kind of simulates ricotta to me, and I'm really digging that. And if you look even closer, it looks like we've got little specks of pepperoni in there. You can actually get this with Julienne Pepperoni, aka thin cut pepperoni, as the normal one as well. But actually with the cheese, I wanted to actually go for a little bit more of the extra cheesy flavor and simulate more of a classic calzone. But it looks like I've got a little bit of pepperoni action that's kind of peppered in there, which is not bad. But guys, beautiful situation with that Parmesan, and the butteriness is absolutely there. The back of this is absolutely awesome. It's more of a hyper breadstick, but with a thicker type of cheese, trying to simulate ricotta in my opinion, and even still, it's got a lot of garlic flavor as it's dripping right there. Look at that, pretty awesome. All right, I see you, Little Caesars. I definitely see you. You're kind of playing with me right now, thinking this is actually a real calzone with this type of sauce that's on the inside, but even still, it's very delicious nonetheless. And speaking of delicious, let's see how amazing this is gonna be with some of their delicious crazy sauce action right here as well. We got a nice little bite right there. Let's give this a shot. Here we go. Crazy breadstick action. That's what I'm getting with this right now. But with that sauce, pretty good. And by sauce, I mean that garlic white sauce, because guys, I gotta say, it really is the wild card on top of the overall form of what they're trying to do here. This is really very cool, and I'm really glad this is here, because without it, it would literally just feel like a little bit of a stuffed pizza folded over. But with this, it's giving you more of that essence of what a calzone is. And again, with that crazy sauce action here, let's just go for a nice bite on this one. Very lovely situation, guys. Really, really nice. Nice tang, and it's really adding an overall another dimension of flavor, even with the little pepperonis that are actually in here right now. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but I'm still digging it. Definitely digging it. So yeah, I like this. Even though it really doesn't feel like a full-on calzone to me, what they're trying to do here, I see promotionally what they're trying to push with it naturally, but overall, it really does feel like a hyper breadstick with a little bit of stuffed goodness on the inside, but again, it comes down to that garlic white sauce as the wild card. It really does look like a ninja throwing star to me. It's really different, and I gotta say, that's really one of the main selling points on top of the flavor of it. Pretty cool. All right, so as I'm literally melting in my car here right now, let's go for one more bite. We'll close this one up after the rating. But guys, another tasty item over here at Little Caesars. Even though it's not exactly like a calzone, the essence of it is there. But again, I'm loving the hybrid factor, and it looks really interesting. One more bite, and we'll close it out. Well, let me give you another shot of one of the slices here. And as you can see, we've got nice little pieces of pepperoni in here. I'm not sure if it's supposed to come like that with the straight cheese variant, but even still, I am digging the flavor either way. I think it's adding the right accent to everything in the back here because there's not so much pepperoni, it's more cheese. But again, the wild card on top of just the overall fold and the butter and the Parmesan is gonna be that garlic white sauce, guys. It really is pretty interesting, and I gotta admit, the mouthfeel is very reminiscent of a calzone. Even though I wish it was just a little bit bigger in the back, it is still very cool. And again, the shape is awesome.
Pizza.
Well, a folded over shape is not necessarily a calzone make, so to speak, guys. Like I've said all throughout this review, while the essence of a calzone is technically there, I mean, you're getting the mouthfeel when you bite into it. I mean, the thickness is pretty decent in the back. For this to truly be an authentic calzone, it needs to have a lot of ricotta cheese and a lot more mozzarella cheese, but they're trying to give you the best of both worlds, and basically it's just a hybrid pizza that offers you a similar experience at the same time being very visually interesting. And while there's plenty of hybrid pizzas of this type online on social media, naturally with a full-on calzone with a pizza attached to it with more of a fold-over type effect, I think they should have gone that particular route. That would have been very cool and something truly different and much closer to the real thing. But even still, you're getting a pretty decent value here for $8.49. And again, it does seem to be the best of both worlds. So I'll meet you halfway, Little Caesars. I'll meet you halfway. So with that said, I'm gonna have to give the cheesy variant of this all-new Crazy Calzone here at Little Caesars a pretty decent 8.5 out of 10. At its core, it's still a large cheese pizza with the same familiar Little Caesars flavor, but the real wild card with this one all throughout the review, as you're hearing, is gonna be that garlic white sauce on top of the overall fold, the way it's designed, and naturally with plenty of Parmesan and butteriness in the back. Still a very tasty situation, but again, it smacks of a huge breadstick either way. Pair it up with that crazy sauce, it's still delicious, and again, the value's pretty banging at $8.49. I would probably rock this one again. All right, so now the obvious question, because if you've made it this far into the review, I have a feeling I know the answer to this one. Are you gonna be giving this one a shot? I mean, does this look pretty banging to you? Drop some comments down below. What do you think of the overall innovation of what this is in terms of what it's trying to simulate? Have you had a real calzone? I mean, a legit calzone? How do you think it compares overall if you've had this already? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another high quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So I stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Yes, sir, a pretty interesting shape on this one, Little Caesars, but maybe for the next version of it, we can get maybe, say, 4 garlic knots, big ones, right here in the corner, just to make it even more crazier than it already looks. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for checking out another one of my reviews. But just in case you didn't see the one before this one, you can find it right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's gonna recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.